Here we go. Draft Labs ADAM Tournament Series. Season 2, week number 4. PNGOP versus AMAM. AMAM undefeated right now in both tournament series season 1 and season 2. They get to that bush first. Nice play from White Spheres. This shows that they definitely watched some VODs, you guys. They did some research, knowing to check that bush instead of just face checking it and simply assuming that they might have been there fast enough. They know from watching these VODs. And I was told by PNG Strider, by the way, team captain and community organizer for Primal Nebula Gaming, that they did, in fact, watch the VODs. They did do research, especially on Team AMAM, so they can figure out how best to capitalize and how best to counter out their strategies. And they did do that, most definitely. That was a really nice play from them, something that a lot of teams would not have done in their first match against Team AMAM. Now, only issue, they have conceded the bush control, you guys. This is one of the big faults for teams against Team AMAM is to concede the bush control. You cannot give Team AMAM this level 3 advantage yet. It's almost impossible not to give it to them because they're so fast off the draw. They buy their items faster than any other team in our tournament series. Little bits of damage going down here and there, but nothing too crazy. Team AMAM, they're just skirmishing. They're just bodying their way into getting this wave clear advantage. They want Caitlyn to be able to siege here. Great wind wall from Sundays. It's negating almost all the damage being done to the tower, and a beautiful 3-man knockup from Sundays as well. He took a decent bit of damage there, but not enough to merit the damage that Team AMAM took. Look at that. What is a Wolf and Toon World? Both fairly low here. Toon World walked right into that wind wall there. Now, hopefully I have the right overlay up for you guys. Another guy, great wind wall from Sundays. I like the Yasuo pick here, you guys, but Toon World is repositioning to try to get those auto attacks onto the tower and is doing so. This is where the wave clear comes into play. These last few minions that are lingering, that's what's allowing Toon World to get those auto attacks off, and that's exactly the thing that is the big downside for taking a Yasuo here, or a Sona, you could say, because they lack wave clear. They're not contributing much. Ezreal, he's not going to contribute much until level 6. Strider has plenty. Galio has good wave clear, despite some of, despite what some people might believe. He is a poking champion. You can see he opens up the wave clear on those minion waves very well. Toon World still finding a way around the minions here. Sundays goes in, gets a shield pop, takes one extra auto attack, not too crazy. AMAM still holding on to their wave clear advantage. PNG Strider left very low on mana. That's why. The reason is because he's been forced to be the main wave clear for his team. That's not something that Galio does very well. He's a good off wave clear, like an off clearer, you could say. But when he has to take the reins himself, it's very difficult for him, especially in the early game. He has to spam everything he's got, and he might be putting points into spells that he does not want to do and maybe wouldn't have put in otherwise. It's important to note, you guys. These things are really important to note. It's the little fine-tunings to those compositions that make the big difference, especially in the early game. And right now, blue side, even with a clarity taken by PNG Strider, by the way, which now that I see it was a great decision, probably would have been better noted onto PNG Demonic, but Strider, he didn't want to have to go for the exhaust himself because he's going to be in the backlines of the red team with Sundays most likely. Nothing really changing here. Gross Pigeon and Team AMAM looking for a level 6 advantage. This is why they take these early games so heavily, is because they want the level 6. They want to hit their level 6 before the enemy team, and that's how you do it, by shoving the waves into the enemy turret, because you clear out that level 6 wave faster. As you can see, actually all teams just hit level 5, but it was AMAM first. They will hit level 5 and level 6 first, and then right away, here's the key, right away, as soon as they hit level 6, while PNG still don't have theirs, they will pop all of them. Every single ultimate that they've got, they'll pop every single one, try to get as much damage down as possible, and then turn back and play a little bit more defensively after that once PNG gets their level 6s. They want to get the jump. Sunday's locked down here. That actually might be a good bit of damage on him. He's forced to flash away. Strider goes down. First blood given to Toon World just before the level 6 for Team AMAM, you guys. And PNG Strider, one of the more important level 6s for PNG Omega Pulsar, now is being delayed even farther. And with that numbers advantage and the wave clearer down, so important for that death. That wave clear is now down as well. AMAM just getting free reign to attack this turret. Now, surprisingly enough, during these laning phases and during these shoves, PNG have been staying very healthy, and that's great as long as they don't lose members. They've only lost one player before level 6, but his ultimate being delayed is still really big. Excuse me. Now we are seeing level 6s across the board for Team AMAM and only still level 5s for the other team. While this minion wave is shoved in, we can expect to see a dive, some ultimates drop. This is when it's going to happen, you guys. Level 6s, actually we're seeing level 6s available for blue side as well, surprisingly enough. I guess it's because they only lost one member of their squad that they still had 3 level 6s available, and PNG Strider has his now as well. This is good. This is one step to the toward the victory for Team PNG, is not to allow Team AMAM to get that jump. I'm surprised, and I'm a little bit confused as to why PNG were able to get that level 6 at the moment that they did, but it's still a really big victory for them in my opinion, because Team AMAM, they're not winning, but it's a victory for them because Team AMAM was not able to get those jumps, and it is going to be an even team fight, the next one that goes down. Six minutes and 17 seconds in, and PNG's first turret is at about 25% health. That's not enough, you guys, and PNG Strider, still low on mana, is going to be unable to clear all these waves. We need to see White Spheres cost his ultimate. He needs to do it now. He doesn't really have much of a choice. His next ultimate is going to need to be used on the mini waves, and that's going to give Team AMAM a 1-up advantage in terms of ultimates available. Now, White Spheres needs to realize that the earlier he casts this ultimate, the better, because matter of fact, he needs to cast, I'm going to tell you guys when he needs to cast this ultimate. Not yet. In 7 seconds, he needs to cast this ultimate where he knows that the next wave is going to get hit by it as well. 3, 2, 1, 0. Now it needs to be dropped, because look at what's going on right here. New minion waves are popping. If he throws in the right direction, he could have cleared this wave and then started to clear the next one as well. That would have been a great move for White Spheres, and I would have noticed it, but he's not doing it quite yet. Now, if he does pop an ultimate and only hits one wave, you're just not getting enough out of it. You know, it's still not enough wave clear. Clearing out one minion wave is not going to save you from the imminent pressure of Team AMAM. There comes a potential engage. Ghost Pigeon. I'm surprised that AMAM haven't made any big moves quite yet. They're simply trying to get this turret down and then make a move. They love that strategy as well. They want to hit the level 9, get the first tower down, create some space, and then make an engage there. We don't have to do it underneath the tower. If PNG are able to get a good jump, I think they're going to be in a really good spot, but one thing I didn't mention, you guys, is that Sundays does not have any synergies here. PNG, this is twice now that PNG has taken a comp with a Yasuo that has no synergies, you guys. Connor is the best. What's up, Connor? Welcome back. Nice wind wall, negating lots of damage, as a matter of fact. Toon World unable to move forward, and PNG have really swapped up their strategy, the defensive strategy. They're all backing behind the turret, waiting for Sundays to go in and get that wind wall, and then they're all contributing to the wave clear. They're all throwing something down. Now, that negates their ability to really get big engages. Gross Pigeon, this is a perfect opportunity. He actually doesn't go for it, though. Nice ultimate from PNG Strider. The jump is in favor of PNG. Now double kill for White Spheres. What is the Wolf forced to pop the ultimate on himself? Lady Santa and Toon World both back. 1 for 0, 2 for 0 rather, in favor of PNG. They did get the jump. I'm surprised. What is it? Wolf didn't look for an ultimate for himself. He wanted to peel for his team with the ulti, but did not find the opportunity. Strider pops his ultimate at the exact right moment. That's a replay worth watching, you guys. So Strider, he must have been getting impatient here, because he got the Mark Dash on a Gross Pigeon, okay? And that's not really the kind of guy you would want to make your engage on. Here it comes, right here soon. There we go. He gets the Mark Dash on the Gross, okay? It's not a bad dash to take, but to follow up on it is a little bit surprising. Lady Santa ends up throwing PNG Strider back into the team. That's what cued Gross Pigeon to turn around. Then PNG Strider just catches him in the ultimate. He also catches, what is it, Wolf. He's forced to take lots of damage. Check out this ultimate from Lady Santa. Actually ends up hitting all 4 members of Team PNG, but it's still not enough damage. Sundays has already locked onto what is a Wolf, is already getting good damage, gets the double kill for Ezreal, and then backs off. Great play here from Team PNG. They knew they had to back off and deal with what is a Wolf while he was in that ultimate form, and they're in a really good spot here. They need to shove this one down. The ultimate from Caitlyn should be coming out here soon. PNG Strider might go down. Nope, White Sphere actually body blocks that one up. If PNG knew what was best for them, they'd go in and get those deaths. They need to die right now, you guys. because Gross Pigeon and What Is a Wolf are on their way back. They have a Sona with some decent sustain, so they might be able to hold up underneath their towers for a little while. Gross Pigeon still has his ultimate, just goes ahead and pops it, gets Demonic down. That was a big catch because Demonic is the sustain here, and Sundays and White Spheres aren't going to get any more health. This should be an easy first tower down now for Team AMAM. Sundays, actually no, Caitlyn goes down. They're not going to be able to extend this siege much further without the Caitlyn. Great pickup there for White Spears, might even be 2. Double kill for White Spears, now 4-0-0 on this Ezreal. A good place to be, especially if you started with a tier. You're getting kills, you're getting the money that you deserved, you're getting the scaling that you deserved, even without the scaling items. Very nice. White Spears been handed a couple of kills, which is real important. He gets locked down, running into his death, surprisingly enough. Gross Pigeon definitely not the person you want to give those kills to. But an honorable death nonetheless. It was time to go down, and Demonic and Strider, the only two on the team that had gone back. Now the other 2 are going back to get their new items and spend the gold they got. Static Shiv built by our Yasuo, and a Lich Bait right off the bat for Ezreal. Increase that poke damage just a little bit, and a little bit more AP is going to help with the wave clear as well. We should see Ezreal, PNG Strider, as time goes on. It's going to be easier for Strider to clear out these waves because he's going to be getting more damage. Also, contribute the Static Shiv build for our Yasuo here as well to the wave clear. It's going to be very nice. PNG Strider the Galio, a great pick against a York because he deals little tiny bits of damage. Allows Strider to kind of just sustain up off of that those little tiny bits of damage, of course. Oh, he's locked down, taking lots of damage here. Did have a shield, but wasn't quite able to get enough health back. Nice wind wall from Sundays, but Toon World still able to sneak in a couple auto attacks here. We're going to see a rinse and repeat strategy from Team AMAM. Just shove forward, try to make the plays, but it's more difficult for them now than it was before because Strider's stronger, Sundays is stronger, everybody's stronger on blue side. Everybody on the map is stronger right now than they were at the beginning of the game. 1 death across the board, minus Strider who has 2. Strider's ultimate is available, possibly looking for some play. He does get Toon World and Lady Sansa locked down. They both take lots of damage. There is wombo combo potential. Toon World gets the ultimate from What Is a Wolf. Will anybody be taken down here? Nice ultimate from, oh, great ultimate from Toon World, but it ends up getting negated. Double kill now for Whitefield, and Toon World is not going to last much longer. He's down 2-0 in Team PNG's favor. They're winning the skirmishes. What Is a Wolf now falls, and Gross Pigeon is left by his lonesome. Force out of his ultimate. That is a desperation ulti popped by one of the top members of Team AMAM. He gets dropped and he finds nothing for it, puts that cooldown down, and this is a huge play for Team PNG. They have just outplayed Team AMAM. Beautiful ultimate from PNG Strider, followed by a nice one from Demonic just to lock down the 2 priority members. It was fantastic, you guys. Sundays, now he's the only one left. They're moving forward and they're getting some damage onto this turret, but they don't need to get too much. What they're doing right now is great. They don't need to take too much. They simply need to delay the game as far as they possibly can. Team AMAM are definitely in a tough position right now, you guys. That was just a great little, that was a great set of series of plays for Strider and PNG Demonic. The follow-up there was beautiful. Now we do have, it was perfect timing on those deaths as well. Now, AMAM are going to be able to get a decent bit of damage down to this tower, and Strider, he's got some damage, you guys. Toon World's in a tough situation. Going to put down good damage, but Strider does a good job of kind of forcing him away. AMAM, they did capitalize with a little bit of tower damage, but I don't think too much more is going to come from here because every single team fight, every turn of events here, PNG is getting stronger and stronger, and their team fights are getting better. The late game Sona is going to be a tough one to deal with. Same goes for the late game Ezreal, the blue Ezreal, you guys. Same goes for the Yasuo. This is a nice scaling comp that we got in from Team PNG here. And we are not seeing a blue Kate, by the way, you guys. So Caitlyn isn't gonna make the same scaling appearance that White Spheres is. Now AP Ezreal doesn't scale quite as well as the AD Ezreal does, the blue AD Ezreal, but still a good build nonetheless, and still a scaling build. Now back to the grind, back to the old drawing board here. AMAM gonna try to shove back in again. And once they do, they're going to be walking right into a Galio ultimate. PNG Strider, another nice lockdown. Gross Pigeon taking lots of damage, so much follow-up. Gross Pigeon and Caitlyn have both fallen. That's 2 of the AD champions. There isn't too much potential for a team fight win now after those 2 going down. Yasuo does fall. What Is a Wolf? Has this ultimate onto Toon World, but That's all 3 members. Make that all 4 members of Team AMAM falling in a beautiful jump. A great engage from PNG Pulsar. Really, really nice. White Spheres and PNG Demonic taking barely any damage. That was definitely worthy of another slow-mo replay, you guys. Strider, he gets the mark dash he's looking for. I believe it was on the Toon World, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see where this one goes. You can see he was trying to find it that whole time. He does. Gets the mark he wants. Jumps down it, but Toon World actually jumps right into Gross Pigeon. The reason why Toon World jumped into Gross Pigeon or walked into Gross Pigeon could be because he expected for Gross Pigeon to pop the ultimate with the Galio ultimate imminent. The Wukong ultimate is a great counter for the Galio ultimate because it simply just knocks him right up out of it. It doesn't cancel the Wukong ultimate, yet the Wukong ultimate cancels the Galio ultimate is what I'm trying to say. But Gross Pigeon, he didn't have a chance to get this one off. He only popped his Q here. Strider takes a good bit of damage with his shield on, and then that allows Yasuo, we've seen this so many times, that allows Yasuo to go in with his ultimate proc, with the knockup proc, get the jump, and then Shona follows up afterwards with another nice set of chain CC. Lady Santa gets exhausted, but has the ultimate onto her, able to put just enough damage on a Strider, but what is it, Wolf? He's the only one left. PNG Demonic and White Spheres now back in, going to take their first tower of the match in beautiful fashion, you guys. The plays being made by PNG in this match are just phenomenal. Janko, keep it PG, my friend. Keep it PG. So there's an ultimate. Is it going to hit any more minions? Nope. 1422. Now, I mean, it was a decent ultimate, but it could have been used a little bit later. Oh, I don't mean to slow things down. Now, this is the point at which the members of blue side can get a little bit overzealous. They might think, okay, we won 2 team fights, we can just run in and jump on them and win a team fight. No, that's not the case. You still got to be careful. You got to play it out exactly the same way you did before. Find those same opportunities. Strider's a good enough player to be able to mark dash Toon World again. And if you sit underneath your base, if you sit underneath your tower, Team AMAM will have no choice but to shove into you. Here we go, rinse and repeat. Let's see if AMAM are going to allow that again. Gross Pigeon has not been getting the ultimates off that he's wanted. Now, the longer we go in this match, here comes Strider, pops the ultimate, but only gets Gross into that one. What is a Wolf? Jumps right into the backlines, and he's getting dropped real fast, you guys. What is a Wolf goes down for? Actually, no, Galio goes down first, but then what is a Wolf does afterwards? He has his ultimate, so it's still a 4 versus 3. And that's going to be a victorious team fight for Red Team. What is it, Wolf? Is not going to be available, but 3 for 0 in Team AMAM's favor. White Spheres wants to take something here, but Gross Pigeon flashes with his ultimate available, forces the barrier out, and that should be a dead Ezreal. AMAM get what they want with a not great engage from PNG Strider, and this is not the game, you guys. Those 2 victories really bought enough time for PNG to be able to deal with these super minions if they need to, because they have a Yasuo and an Ezreal and a Sona. All those 3 of those champions can deal with those super minions very easily, but it is simply going to make it more difficult for them. Now we're seeing the executions, the standard executions, post-inhibitor executions for Team AMAM. Oh, that's awesome. PNG simply ignoring the Caitlyn and just running right back to that tower. If they can start a 1 versus 3 here with what is a Wolf, they should be able to get some good things done here. They are going to have a little bit more of a wall to go through with these super minions, but you can see Sundays, plenty of damage on Sundays to be able to deal with those super minions now. That's why you have to delay that early game for Team AMAM. Because when AMAM gets that inhibitor down, it usually tips the pressure, tips the scales of pressure, and does not necessarily allow the teams to even counterplay AMAM at all. But now post 15, there's plenty of time. Exhaust, force from Gross Pigeon. He pretty much takes Demonic down from 100 to 30 right away. Nice cue there from Sundays. And now it's PNG disengaging. They got the shove they wanted. They're bringing the game back into their base as slow as possible. This is exactly how they should play it. Shove into blue side, and then shove into red side, and once red team comes back, that is when, oh no, PNG Demonic gets ulted by Wukong. No heals or stun available here. Gross Pigeon gonna follow up a double kill for himself. PNG Strider and White Spheres, the only 2 left. Mark onto White Spheres in the bottleneck, and Gross Pigeon is there with tons and tons of damage. Strider now the only one left. I don't know if he's gonna pop his ultimate here. He just might. He doesn't. A quadra kill falls for Gross Pigeon. Good stuff. And you know what? That ace might be the end of it, you guys. That ace just might be the end of it. All 4 members of AMAM attacking these inhibitors. I don't know if they're going to have enough time here to take the game. They actually might. They're shoving in. They know the later this goes, the less opportunity they have. And it looks like that will be the case. Wow. A surprising surprising yet unsurprising victory for Team AMAM. They take a team fight. Finally, Gross Pigeon gets the ultimate he wants. Finally finds the target that he's looking for and sweeps the competition with a quadra kill for the win. Gross Pigeon, his performance was lackluster up until that last team fight. He was not getting what he wanted. He was not being allowed to take anything, to take any sort of ultimates or any priority, any initiative for his team until that last team fight where he was given the opportunity, considering the placement of the skirmish. It was in the middle of the map and not underneath the enemy's team where he could have just been Galio ulted and killed right away. That was, it's very unfortunate that that entire defeat spawned from a faulty engage from PNG Strider. It was a good look, except it wasn't guaranteed. It was risky because it was a mark onto Gross Pigeon, who he expected would bring him straight to the Caitlyn, but that wasn't the case. Caitlyn was able to disengage and stay safe from that one, and that caused a lost team fight into another one, and that was game. Surprisingly enough, based on what we saw in the match, but not surprisingly based on the trends in Team AMAM's win-loss ratios, which still holds being 100%, you guys. Thanks for watching. GG, and congratulations to Team AMAM. They take game number 1 of this set.